Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you're a young man who's struggling with your dating life quite a bit. Maybe you struggle with having confidence to go approach the girl you want. Maybe you go on a date and you feel nervous and anxious, or every time you get in a talking stage with a girl, it seems like you just always mess it up. And this is something that honestly used to be a huge burden on me. Like, I struggled a lot with women and dating, and it actually impacted other aspects of my life as well. It seems like I never had the confidence to really do anything or to get that girl to like me back. But this is an aspect of my life that I have improved a lot, so that's what I'm gonna help you with in this video. Now, I just wanna start off by saying, like, I'm not the freaking master of women or dating or anything. Someone's probably gonna comment, oh, like, why listen to this guy? Like, he thinks he knows everything, but he probably doesn't know. Like, bro, shut up. When did I say I was the freaking master of women or dating? Like, when did I ever say that? No, these are just my own principles, my own learning lessons I've learned from my own life, so take them for what you want. All right, so I'm gonna stop wasting your time. The number one mistake that most young men who are struggling with their dating life make is having a scarcity mindset. Think of these two different examples and tell me which one you think you're more like. The first guy sees the girl he wants to go talk to and he starts saying to himself like, oh, there's no way she's gonna like me back. She's just way out of my league. And, a guy like me can never get this girl. And, she's probably gonna reject me and it's not gonna go well. And the second guy says to himself, like, yeah, I'm gonna go up to her and I'm gonna approach her and talk to her and be myself. And if things go well, that's great. But if not, I'll be completely fine. The difference between these two examples is the first guy, he has a scarcity mindset. He's so worried about the outcome. Whereas the second guy has an abundance mindset. He's just focused on being his best self. And now you're thinking like, oh, well, the more I care and the more I think about it, like the more likely it's to go well. But actually, I think it's the complete opposite. I believe the more you're fixated on the outcome, the less likely you are to actually do well. Because the reason you get so nervous, the reason you have this scarcity mindset is because you're focused on the outcome. Because you're focused on making her your girlfriend, on getting her to go on the date, on the things that are so far down the road. Why not, instead of focusing on the outcome, the things that like you kind of have control over but not complete control over, why not get rid of that desire? Why not get rid of those things and just focus on things that you can control? Just focus on going up to her, being yourself, being authentic, and almost have the mindset that like, if things go well, that's great. That'd be amazing. Like, I hope things go well. But if they don't go well, I'll be completely fine. Because when you're not so fixated on the outcome, when you're not so fixated on everything going perfect, it actually makes it much more likely that things are going to go well because you're not coming from a place of scarcity. You're not coming from a place of worry. You're coming from a place of abundance and confidence. You might think like this is wishy-washy or pointless, but bro, I promise you, if you don't first fix your mindset, then nothing else is gonna matter. Because the guy who's always coming from a place of scarcity, he's never gonna even have a chance because he won't even go talk to the girl, or if he does go talk to the girl, he's not gonna do well. Whereas the guy who has an abundance mindset and sees himself as a catch, he gives himself a chance because he's not the guy who's belittling himself. He's the guy who has confidence, who sees the value in himself. Second thing that holds most young men back is a lack of self-respect. Maybe you're going out with a girl and she's constantly canceling dates on you, or she's not showing up. She shows up to the date and she's on her phone. Do you think the guy who truly values himself is gonna go out with a girl like that? No, of course he's not going to, because the guy who values himself, he's only gonna wanna be with someone who gives him the respect that he deserves, who is actually the person that he wants to be with. I also think that tolerating disrespect does stem from a scarcity mindset, because a lot of men, they'll get disrespected, they'll get put down by the girl they're dating, and then they'll just take it because they're so worried. They're like, oh, well, what if I break up with her and I can't find another girl? But that also all starts with respecting yourself. You need to ask yourself, am I the person who's worth respecting? Because a lot of guys will also focus on like, why does my girl not respect me? Why does she disrespect me? But then they're not being respectful to her as well. They're not being the person that they need to be. So always go into relationships with the idea that you're going there to give, not to take. You're not going into a relationship thinking like, what can I get out of this person? Going into a relationship thinking like, how can I give to this person and how can I improve their life? And what separates great relationships from okay relationships is relationships where both people have the mindset of how can I give to this person? How can I improve their life? Where you're not always so focused on your own needs, but you're focused on their needs as well. So ultimately, it's up to you as a man to first become that person yourself, become the person who's worth respecting, who has those morals. And then once you do develop that, then find the person who shares that with you. Because respect is something that certainly goes both ways. Now, the third mistake that a lot of young men make is pretending to be someone that they're not. You see these videos of someone saying like, oh yeah, you should be more like this person. If you want to attract women, you need to be like this. And I think like, yeah, taking some basic tips like be more confident, have an abundance mindset, like be your best self. Yeah, that's still taking advice. That's still maybe changing yourself in a way, but it's not changing who you are at the core. It's just helping you become a better version of yourself. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with improving yourself or trying to level yourself up, but you should never, ever change who you are at the core. You should never go into things pretending to be someone that you're not. One of the most cringe things that I'll see a lot of guys talk about is like, oh yeah, like when that girl's texting you back, if she leaves you on red, like just leave her on red and just don't text her back for 3 hours, because the longer you wait to respond, the more she's gonna take an interest in you. But it's like, when you start going about your dating life in this way where you're like almost doing things to pretend to be someone that you're not, well, what do you think the outcome of that is going to be? Because really think about it. If you're pretending to be someone that you're not, if you're pretending to be a different version of yourself than you truly are, then you're going to end up attracting someone who isn't actually attracted to you. They're attracted to this version of you who's pretending to be someone that he's not. Like, does that make sense? If you pretend to be someone that you're not, you're going to attract someone who isn't actually attracted to you. They're attracted to this fake version of you. So you should still focus on leveling yourself up, on becoming your best self, and still taking some of these principles and learning what you can from them. But at the end of the day, never change who you are at your core just to impress a woman. If a girl doesn't like you for who you are, then she's just not the one for you. So if you're struggling with your dating life right now, I really want you to know that like things are going to get better, but you have to take ownership. Like, you can't think that you can just watch all these videos and just like think about it and it's just going to change all of a sudden. You actually have to take ownership. You have to take your own life into your own hands and find ways to improve yourself. Be the guy who has a purpose, who has a reason behind his life, who's living his life true to his core. Go to the gym, eat clean, do all the good habits, because you don't only owe that to the fact that you want to get a girlfriend, but you owe that to yourself as well. So simply focus every single day on becoming your best self, leveling up, and you will improve your dating life. If you found this video helped you, be sure to click the like and subscribe button, and also turn on the post notifications so you can see more videos like these. I'll see you for the next video, bro.